Hello, today we're going to talk about Pinterest. It dropped a little bit today. It was about down 10%. I'm just gonna make this video real quick. What you should do on it. Basically, my opinions on Pinterest is basically it took a, it was almost down about 17% by the time, while I was looking at it. It got hit a little bit, but is it a buying opportunity? It depends. If you understand the business and getting in it, will I buy it? No. Just because you always have to think, is it the best business out there to buy? So essentially, you can buy any business. So why would you? You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's always trying to pick. Oh, well, will I make money on it? But there's a lot of things you can do to make money in the stock market. Is it the best thing you can do that you feel the most confidence about it? So that's the way I always look at it. As a buying opportunity. Does it look more attractive now? Yes. I mean, absolutely. I think a lot of these, and I believe Zoom's going to get a hit too when it reports earnings, because it just can't. A lot of these companies, they run up so much, it just can't beat expectations. And the more expensive it is, the better the earnings better be, or it's going to take a hit. It's just the way business works. It's just the way the stock market works. If you have a company that is going up a lot, and eventually it could take a hit. If it just keeps going up every day, especially a company, it was around what, I think on a $14 billion company now, or so 10%. It was sitting up there about the $20 billion level almost from the peak. So essentially, it could, you just can't. It could just keep running up and running up like that, and eventually it's going to get a hit. And today it did on the earnings recall. It's just the way it is. It's just all these people, they think they can make money on it. I don't really jump on any IPO. I've learned from Facebook. I remember when Facebook IPO'd, and it was a big thing. That was huge. It was big, and everybody was going on about, oh man, Facebook. Then it crumbled. It came out at like 36 and it went all the way down to like 20, 19, or 16. It went down 50%. It lost half its value. That was way back in 2012 when it IPO'd. I don't really remember it. I wasn't heavily into stocks then. I paid attention to it, but I remember that, and people went on about the end of Facebook then, And it was a great buying opportunity if you believe that Pinterest is a great company and has a great opportunity, then I believe you should buy it now. This is when you buy in. You maybe not all your life savings and everything, but this is when you get in on the game if you believe it. Now, do I believe it? Give it some time. I always kind of let all the people trying to get rich overnight, you let them get out of it. Let them go, hey, I didn't make my money, so they get out, and let them sell it down a little bit. Maybe if it hits around the $10 billion mark, I might. It looks, the way it works is it's kind of like Facebook. Can it make it off ad business and all that? So essentially, if it can do that, I believe more ads are going to go online. It's just the way that it works. So I think Pinterest is in an excellent position if they can deliver on it. It's just, how confident do you believe can they deliver on what they are expecting? If you believe they can, and you believe they will, then buy it, because it will do well, obviously, because it's in a growing thing. It's one of the stocks I kind of definitely, I always look at something that's growing, it has a big potential, and that's kind of the stocks I buy, and I believe Pinterest is kind of doing that. It just, do I fully believe in what it's doing? That's why I look at it. With a lot of these valuations, I don't really sit around and worry about the valuation. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. On this stock, I don't. It's just too early to tell exactly how, exactly how much it'd be worth and all this. But I feel like the $10 billion mark would be a good mark. So I think that pushed the stock around 20 or so. Then I could look at it then a little bit, and I always look for opportunity. I think Zoom has a lot of expectation too, and that's one of the stocks. But I believe that stock's going to hit too, and I believe Beyond Meat, all these IPOs that ran up a lot, I believe that they just can't beat the expectations. You know, when you got expectations, it's like when someone tells you everything's gold and it's gold and everything's gold, and then when you get it and it's silver, you could think it's worthless. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? You might be throwing away, you know, it's just the way it is. And that's just how the stock market works. Everybody gets all hyped up of these new, and that's kind of really what these investment bankers kind of want you to do. You know, they want you to buy it so it goes up. You know, so they're not going to say positive things about negative things about it. They're just going to pump it and pump it and pump it. And that's just the way the stock market works. That's just the way it all works with that. And I've seen that with marijuana stocks, like with Tilray. I mean, everybody was going on about that, and it got obliterated. And it was up 200, now it's down to 40. I don't think that's going to happen to Pinterest. I think it's a little better company. I think a lot of people like it. So, I mean, as long as it has a good product. Personally, I've never used Pinterest, so I can't really tell you how good it is. I like Facebook and Instagram, so that's why I recommend Facebook. I think it's a better product than Pinterest, but I've never personally used it. I just kind of heard about it. But that's my thoughts on Pinterest. It's a great... it has big potential. The question is, can they deliver on it? If you believe they can deliver on it, then I believe it's a good buy for you. But like I said, I mean, and don't worry about a little 10% drop. I've seen companies get cut in half and then shoot up to, like, Facebook. I mean, it went from 36 all the way down to 18 or something, then went way up to 200, you know. So essentially, I mean, a 10% drop is really not that enough to panic and sell if you truly believe it. You know what I mean? So essentially, that's how I look at it. Could you imagine selling Amazon when it was at 100 and it dropped to 90 and you sold it, and then it went all the way up to 2,000? So, I mean, it'd be almost stupid. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a comment if you bought it. Leave a comment of why or not you bought it, and, you know, and thank you for watching. Thank you.